All right. Nah, I'm not here to gloat. No, 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 no. I wouldn't be here to gloat. No, not at all. Not at all. But yesterday, Anthony Lamacchia, who runs a very successful agency, 600 something agents, compared to like mine, 35, 40 agents. He basically adopted the policy that I set out a month ago, actually, about non-sharing of commissions. So congratulations, Anthony. Come on in. The water is fine. I'm glad you finally came over to my side of the fence, which has been the spirit of this channel for 2 years. And so when I announced this policy a month ago, it wasn't any big surprise. But when you just adopted it yesterday, that was a little bit of a surprise. By the way, later today, I'll be back with a interesting video about the Massachusetts Association of Realtors authorization to offer buyer broker compensation and how that compares with the MLS PIN policy, because they're inconsistent, I think is the best way to say it. And also, maybe early next week, I'll do a expose. I'll give you my opinion on the Massachusetts Association of Realtors exclusive right to sell agreement, which is all sorts of foobar. But I want to get back to the Anthony Lamacchia story because it's just hilarious. And of course, I don't want to gloat about it. No. That would be unseemly. But I do want to remind you to get over to gatelyestate.com, gatelyestate.com, and read my new post over there, my Carrie Bradshaw-inspired MLS relationship wish. Are you a subscriber, customer, or member of your MLS? You'll go get that over at gatelyestate.com. So you remember Anthony Lamacchia, right? He's the one with the tinfoil hat, basically, who was saying that everything about the Kansas City bombshell commission lawsuit was effectively a conspiracy, right? He's the one that was in the debate with Michael Ketchmark. He's the de facto spokesperson for the National Association of Realtors. In fact, just recently, Kevin Sears, the president of NAR, just merged his agency into Lamacchia Real Estate. Kevin Sears, the president of NAR, works for Anthony Lamacchia. And this is Anthony debating Michael Ketchmark whenever that was. Over the wintertime, right? 5 months ago? All right. This is just one of his kind of crazier quotes. Although we did have a tough time kind of narrowing down which ones were the craziest ones. But okay, let's go.
There's a lot of connections. There's political connections. There's political contributions, and there's...
She's pursing her lips because she's like, oh my God, he's like just blowing it up. Like, I don't know if off screen Anthony has a tinfoil hat, but
all kinds of things that make you kind of say, gee, that's interesting. What's going on there?
It's a conspiracy, right? He was like, it's the judge's courthouse and all these hayseeds out in Missouri. They don't know anything. We're smarter on the East Coast or on the West Coast. And like, it was like, oh, somebody's related to this judge and all the political done. It was like a conspiracy. Anthony was just like, couldn't get over it that they lost the case. They lost the case. They were guilty of a vast price inflation conspiracy. I mean, that comes right down to it. That's what it is. So you might remember that last month on June 20th, I announced a policy which was consistent with the spirit of this channel over the last couple of months, or last couple of years, I should say. Here's the policy we announced. Very important statement. Moving forward, but absolutely subject to change, my agency will no longer be offering cooperating agency-to-agency commissions, even though, according to the NAR settlement, which I'm not a party to, that would be allowable off MLS for the sale of real estate of any amount or percentage in the MLS or on any alternative platform, or in actual practice. Wow. If a buyer wishes, they can request the seller to pay the buyer agent as part of their offer. If the buyer wishes, the buyer can request that in the offer. By the way, yesterday, I held an open house in beautiful North Andover, Massachusetts, in which my MLS listing said under cooperating commission, zero cooperating commission. And guess what? People still came to the open house. Yeah, very successful open house. Not a problem. Not a problem. And if you want to have the seller pay the commission, or if you want to have some type of concession arrangement with the seller, you can write that into your offer. In fact, like a week ago or whatever, I actually made a video about how to do that. It's actually incredibly simple. It's incredibly simple. So anyways, I had my listing, my first listing ever, really, with no compensation. It's going just fine. So to my great surprise, when YouTube served up this video yesterday, that effectively Anthony Lamacchia Real Estate, the de facto spokesman for NAR, he posted up this thing, should I still offer compensation in the MLS PIN? He is basically adopting our policy. No more cooperating agency-to-agency commissions, no amount or percentage in the MLS, and if the buyer wishes, they can request it as part of the offer. So, again, I don't want to gloat. I'm not here to gloat. No, not at all. By the way, I did mention in my video when I announced this a month ago that this was the path of least liability. And I really do believe that. And it was the most conservative position. And also it has a, and I don't want to give away the store here, but it has like a hidden competitive advantage to it, which I think Anthony must have figured out. I don't think everyone is going to figure that out. And I probably should stop talking about it. I don't want to give anybody else any more good ideas. But yesterday, Anthony adopts my policy. Here he is explaining, and thank you, Anthony, by the way, coming. You didn't credit me in your video, but that's okay. I'm here to be humble. Go ahead here, Anthony. You tell us what the policy is now going to be at your office.
And I believe that business can be conducted just as easily without truly harming buyers and sellers, just by handling the compensation directly. Listing broker gets paid from seller. Buyer's brokerage gets paid either directly from buyer or from buyer through maybe a closing cost credit that you could argue seller takes part in, or through putting it into an offer and requesting it from seller. Even the Department of Justice back in March said they were okay with that.
Oh, welcome aboard, Anthony. Welcome aboard. You see where this is going. So thank you so much, Anthony. I'm glad. Listen, anytime I can help your agency without it being any type of conspiracy, whenever I can help with some type of friendly advice, I'm here. I'm here for you, buddy. Right? Yeah, I'm here. Remember, we actually both live in Massachusetts, but I don't know Anthony, and I don't know Mr. Sears either. Although I did used to know Anthony's original business partner in the in Lamacchia Real Estate. It used to be Lamacchia and somebody else. I used to know him long time ago, 20 something years ago. But even though we're all from Massachusetts, I don't know those two gentlemen. I know you people think like, all us massholes know each other. No, actually, there's 7 million of us. We can't keep track of everything. But I'm glad I could serve as a font of wisdom for Anthony. I'm glad I could help out. And isn't it amazing that the de facto spokesperson for NAR, the biggest mouth for NAR nationwide, has now basically caved? I was going to end this video with just like complete laughter, but I think I can't help myself. Oh my God. Yeah, completely caved. All right. Well, you have a nice day. We'll be back in not too long with that next video. Ah!